Welcome back to That Drawing Show. Tonight we have a very special episode of the show because we're going to look at an artist who I've admired for a long time and who I at least aspire to want to emulate. I feel like his work would go over really big in Los Angeles. This is the way people want to be portrayed, and the gentleman's name is Tony Smith, and he's out of Atlanta. And like I said, he's one of the best caricature artists for the type of audience that I have, where people really want to look their best. I feel like Tony's style is all about making people look like they're having a great time, they're having the time of their lives, and they're looking their best doing it. And who doesn't want to look like that? So tonight we're going to look at some of Tony's artwork on Instagram, and I would always suggest that everybody follow Caricatures by Tony, and you see the last word there is one word, by Tony. So it's Caricatures by Tony, Tony Smith out of Atlanta, and we're going to look at some of his artwork and try to break it down here. And then, like we did last episode, I'm going to show you some drawings that I did, more or less trying to follow in his footsteps, at least doing them the best I can do my way, and we'll take a look at how I did. So let's go over to Photoshop here, and like I said, Caricatures by Tony, check out his work. He's in Atlanta. A lot of his audience are African American, especially, and that is true for me too. So you're going to get a lot of black women, you're going to get a lot of interesting hairdos, you're going to get a lot of big smiles, and in a way you're going to get a lot of the same challenges because people want to look fabulous. Like I said, they want to look like they're having the best time of their lives, looking the very best doing it. So in a way, it's good to develop some good archetypes, and you'll end up kind of seeing those things over and over again. The reason I mention it for this woman is because she's obviously put a lot of time and effort into her hair, and she's not the only lady who has hair like this. So getting those kind of swirls, especially around the forehead, right, is clearly something important. I don't know if Tony did a great job with it, but let's talk about what he did do. Let's see here. One thing that always defines Tony Smith's work is good close attention to the cheekbones and the structure that makes up the jaw. This structure right here. And in a way, as I've gotten older in caricature and learned a little bit more about portrait drawing, you realize that like what makes a great smile isn't so much that. It's not so much having the biggest, roundest, smiley face. It's really more about showing how the jaw is constructed. I'm sorry, how the cheeks are pulling the top lip up while the bottom lip kind of stays in place there. You see, you're kind of going like this. And the more you can portray that, the more you can show that action, the better your smile comes off. Even if somebody has like a little tiny little mouth, but they have big cheeks, sometimes you'll see that. You know what I mean? As long as you get that motion being portrayed, then you get a big smile. And one thing Tony does always is gets a big smile. So with this one in particular, big smile and good clear articulation of the cheeks and the jaw region. Let's see. Let's look at another one along these lines. We're going to return to this one here in a minute because I actually copied this one and tried my own version. But it's another great example. Big smile and nice, sorry as I make it jump around there, my apologies. Nice attention to making this girl look really pretty and young and fresh. She's kind of giving you a big toothy stage grin here, but in the drawing Tony has her as like a young starlet, you know what I mean? Her face is lean. Again, there's that really nice articulation of the cheekbones, and this time around, I think he hit the hair right on the nail right on the head. And I think it's nice here. You can see he did it in a way that it was fast. I find myself over articulating every single one of these curls for no good reason. His, if you look, they don't even all connect. But he makes his way over, maybe I shouldn't have drawn over it. He makes his way over the shape, over the silhouette quickly, and then fills in with tone and a little bit of swirly whirly in the tone, and you get what you need. Notice how it gets a little bit darker as you go down here. It's light up here and it's dark down here. So it gets a little depth. It gets heaviness. It gives heaviness to it. And you get that too here. This is a little bit darker here than it is up there. So anyway, a real nice one. We're going to return to this one in a minute because I actually copied this one. Let's look at a couple more. Here's another one. Making somebody look their best, giving somebody big, beautiful eyes, giving somebody a lean face. You know, one of the things I do is if somebody has a big fat face, you know what I do? I give them a big fat face. He gives them a lean face, and then they're happy, you see? A veteran in the game. But again, a nice articulation, and I think here we really see what we might call the archetypal Tony Smith mouth. It goes like this, here, oh, there, you know what I mean? It's being pulled up here. You notice how this is not connected? That's discipline right there. I very rarely have that discipline. I give everybody Joker mouth. Here, he has enough discipline to keep a little gap there, here, and then, you know, you fit the nose in depending on what your needs are. But I push mine forward a little bit too much, but you're getting the point here. This is the archetypal mouth right here. If you study this, then you will have Tony's mouth. And I think one thing that I now see that he does that I did not capture, and I don't capture, is you look how narrow this is. He actually has this narrow, and then this pushes back. And that gives you not only roundness, not only does it reinforce that the face is going back in depth, but it makes the face leaner. Whereas you'll see here in a minute, my smiles are big and fat and make everybody look like a big pig. And that's why they don't tip me. Let's see here. We're going to look at a few more in detail when I'm drawing them. Let's look at another example of nice big hair. Here I think he probably wish he could have gotten it all on the paper, but it's hard with this format and this type of gal's hair. She does not make it easy to fit into a portrait. But I do like the subtlety of it, of her features here. And, you know, as we're going to see in a minute here, and I'll look right into the camera when I say this, my tendency when you have a, let's be honest about this woman. There's a lot standing out. And when you have somebody who has a lot of big features, for me, it's very tempting to just go all in on these big features and, you know, make and it seems fun at the time. And we're going to see in one of the examples here in a minute. It seems fun at the time until right around the 3/4 post when you start bringing it home and you realize this is the drawing now. Now you have a big grotesque thing that you thought was funny at the time. Then you wish you would have gone with Tony Smith's approach. Look how subtle and and elegant this one is. And you say, oh, that's nice. She'll be happy with that. So let's take it to heart. This is the examples we're going to look at. And like I said, I have a setup here where we're going to look at, hopefully in a second here, we're going to look at these drawings in the video. All right, so the first one we're going to look at is this one. Look at how beautiful. What woman would not want to be happy with this portrait? It's just a terrific, and like I said, it's got all of the features that we looked at before in the talk-up. He has a real nice attention to the mouth, to the eyes. He gets the entire head with the silly hat on the page. He doesn't spend a ton of time on the hair. It's a very nice job. Let's see how I did with it here. Here. Yes, let's see how I did with it. This also makes me want to go to Atlanta, not to compete with Tony, but just because look at all these pretty well-dressed ladies, you know what I mean? We'll see more of them here in a moment. I recorded everything here, by the way. I didn't change anything, and I didn't apply any filters to mask the fact that you see I put a couple pencil marks down. I did not do this completely the way I'd love to do it. I put a couple pencil marks down, and it was really just to try to conceptualize this idea that, okay, we have this hat, it's got this ball. You have to have the ball. You can't think, I'll add the ball in at the end. You have to know that the ball's there in the beginning because you have to plan for it. And it does take up some space, so I had to plan it out. I'm starting down there at the bottom because I really want to get that smile. I am not bending those lips as nicely as Tony does. And as you can see, and as we just mentioned, my powers of observation up to this point did not enable me to realize the importance of having a narrow jawline. Instead, I'm giving her a big old Bugs Bunny face and a Michael Strahan gap because I'm an idiot. For better or for worse, the style that I'm doing these drawings in has a dramatic effect. I think that forehead line demonstrates that. It does look nice when you can slash across the top and make a dramatic move. If the rest of the drawing sucks, it undermines you in that regard. As usual, I'm really failing to articulate the difference between this cheek here and the jaw back there. You see, I give you a ton of cheek and not a lot of jaw. And that eye looks like she's been half asleep. She fell asleep on one side. Sinister, and although it may be an accurate portrayal of this lady, I don't know if this one looks so good. I'll take Tony's every day of the week. Also, look at these big, thick strokes. You see, I'm sort of realizing at this point it doesn't look so great. So now every stroke is like, oh. Doesn't really look like it. But I think it's instructive for people who are watching this who are also artists. It's like, it is what it is. This is a performance. The lady is staring at you. At this point, it's like, you know, what's going through your head is, I'm going to have to turn this thing around. You better do something. It's too late to back out. It's way too late to back out. It's been too late to back out. So at this point, you have to do something to make this look as good as it can. And the time is ticking. For you, every second is like bang, bang, bang. But to the audience, the seconds are going by. The minutes are going by like that. Okay, let's talk about saving grace. A bold yet incorrect statement is better than a meek or mild correct statement. Be bold, have a bold style. At least you're going for it, and at least you can try to sell it. And if the smile is big, that's why I put this orange layer on here. Also, it gives you a chance to do some correction. If I was smart, I would be trying to push those teethies back into the background. I should be putting I hope I do that. A lot of artists use art sticks. For various reasons, we're not using art sticks. For the sake of this video, let's say the reason I'm not using art sticks is because it's a lot harder to go this fast. This is in real time. I didn't speed the video up without making a big smudgy mess. You also want it to show up really good on the camera. I didn't apply any filters to the video. Okay, now let's see if I was smart enough. Yes, thank you. Push. Oh, again. Give it one more. One more for the kid. Huh? At least I didn't overdo it. I could have pushed it back a little further. All right, not so bad. Let's continue going. Hey, start your free trial. Hold on. Let's look at another one. I didn't think that was too bad to start with. One thing I definitely didn't do is get that narrowness to the jaw and that really good articulation of the teeth. Partly because I don't know the anatomy. Yeah. Okay, we've seen this girl before, right? No, hold on. Yeah, we've seen this girl before, and she's very lovely, and we want to portray her feminine, yeah, let's see how we did it. Good. This is working out nicely. You can see I did do some pencil marks. What can I tell you? It is what it is. There's a lot going on also with her. You know, you do have to get those proportions of the head. Look at the proportions there on her head. I mean, you have to at least balance that out. It's thirds, you know what I mean? Whatever it is. Here, hold on. Oh. Sorry, everybody. Hold on. Here. 1, 2. Look at there. That, you have to establish these proportions in order to get this head right, Okay, let's go back to where we are here. All right, so I put a couple strokes down. I am starting at that cheek line. It is one of those points where there's an intersection between 1, 2, and 3 planes. This part is flat forward, you have the side of my face, but then you're also beginning to push in towards the eye socket. So you have, all 3 elements of the 3 dimensions are there. So it is what it is. It's a good place to start. I probably would be a good idea to then follow up and articulate up here and get this, you know. A lot of artists, including the Tom Richmond, say that if you can get that mask here, you have the likeness. Instead, I'm diddling around with the hair. Where am I going? What am I doing? Who knows? All right, I'm trying to work my way around the silhouette. And I think I did capture it, but let's not make it too masculine. Big smile. I mean, what did I learn from Tony? Pull those cheeks back. So I'm pulling. I'm trying to pull it back, and I'm not trying to push the front of the mouth forward like she's Patrick Ewing. You see, I'm trying to pull it back into the Z. I think that's working well. It's a big, fun smile. She has a big, fun smile. There, you got a big, fun smile. And I think there's some nice balance there between the earring on one side, the hair on the other. Let's see if I can pull the rest of this off. That could have been articulated a little bit better. Tony always has a nice S-curve. I did not have a nice S-curve. A lot of artists put a ton of effort into getting a big highlight on the eyeball. It could be nice not to have as much of a highlight. Recess it back a little bit. You see how narrow that is? It worked out. Listen, sometimes narrow is better than wide. Err on the side of narrow for that bridge of that nose. You know, you saw all the underdrawing was just those 3 pencil strokes. So it's not like, I mean, this is pretty much an alla prima drawing. It's like I'm going at it. Every stroke has to be perfect, or you crucify me.
A lot of people wonder, what is the blues? I hear a lot of people saying
Okay.
the blues.
Now we're working our way around. Remember what we talked about with Tony, how he didn't make a huge
You got the blues.
deal out of the hair. And look at me.
No money to pay your house.
Ugh.
Still got the blues.
I'm just getting lost in nonsense. The client is waiting. I mean, does it look cute? If you are looking at this for the first time and you're not an artist, you may think, oh, that looks great. But you have to understand, I'm just wasting time because no good thoughts are coming to my mind. All right. Well, I think it looks fun. She looks fun. She looks like she's having a good time. Like I said before, there were a few mistakes. The bridge of the nose area, a lot of things could be cleaned up. So that's what we're going to come through with the orange now and just reinforce the modeling. Because this woman has a nice dark skin, you don't have to spend so much time worrying about light source as just apply a nice, even tone, follow the contours. Use studio lighting, as they say. Don't worry about well, maybe I'm not following my own advice. What am I talking about? I do put the lighting clearly there. But you see there on the left-hand side, I'm just going at it in a big fun way and trying to caress the face. Very nice. Looks really good. Now we're coming through with the purple. And again, I don't have a strategy. Remember how Tony's, he had it dark there at the bottom and light at the top? Let's see if I do that.
Of course, my man. You know
That's the first thing I should be doing.
Well, I was broke when I was born. That's the reason I'm
Well,
calling.
I lost the weight there. It doesn't have the weight there on the left-hand
You had a
side.
chance with your life, but you ain't done nothing with it. See, and you got to have the blues.
Oh, that's good. That one was good. Good. Push it back. It would be good to hit that part near the jaw, too.
How they live. See, now you don't love but one thing, and that's some whiskey. See, and that's plumb out of it.
You're thinking, is it sped up? It's not sped up. I draw the signature fast. Believe me, it is not sped up. I just did this. Okay.
Now this is the blues here.
yeah, let's yeah, oh, one thing I wanted to do was I didn't want to just do like good draw to the extent that that was a good drawing. I didn't want to just do good drawings. I didn't want to give people the impression that every drawing I do is fantastic. So I wanted to have some bad ones. um, let's do one, and this one I wanted to just get across the idea that not everything is great. And here goes an example. And I sped up the bad ones. We're going to look at the bad ones fast. You see how this girl has a big smile. She's a big, fun, happy-looking woman that you would wish you would be lucky enough to marry. She's fun. She's having a good time. Remember how before we talked about how you can get so into a big, full-featured person that you just start making big, full, fun features, and pretty soon you have a Muppet on your hands? Well, here you go. You see this? I sped it up again. Who wants to watch this? But look at it. It's like, oh my gosh, what a
Well, now meet me at the bottom. Bring me my
what a Gonsa Magilla, as they say where I come from. Yeah, it's big, it's fun. She's big and fun, but not where we want to be. Here's a second try. I thought, hey, let's play it more conservative, because that one was a little bit too much. So let's tone it down a little bit. And again, I sped this up to get through it, but you can see it's like, okay, I tone it down. I didn't connect that. Oof, that's totally off the plane. It was like, oy, oy, oy. I threw that one right away. So, okay, here we go. Regular speed. And we're going to do this one, and then we'll take a break. This woman has big, fun features. She has a big, fun face. I put a couple pencil marks down. That's right. I really wanted to try to get the three-dimensionality of her face. I wanted to try to get, you know, her. I don't want to say block the blockiness of her face, but there is a clear three-dimensional quality there, and I wanted to try to make sure I captured that. Let's pause this. You see how, like, you can see that, you know, it's clear, you know what I mean? Some of us may find that very attractive in a woman. At least she has good, clearly defined planes. It's like, what can you say positive about your woman? Well, she's got good, clearly defined planes. If you had to carve her head out of wood on Easter Island, or whatever, out of stone, it wouldn't be such a challenge. So, yeah, I wanted to make sure I captured that. Let's go back to this. It's hard to make those your first couple moves in a drawing, though. I mean, I did not do that. I'm working my way around the silhouette. But I'm trying to keep that in mind. I just want to say I'm keeping that in mind. That there is a rectangle being described here. A box. Getting lost in the hair. It's just, my gosh, with the hair already. Enough with the hair already. Okay, that was a nice move. At least I finished that off. The problem is we're 3 minutes into the drawing and you're still not seeing any face. And I'm just diddling around with hair. And frankly, this woman does not have great hair. You could get this hair done in a few strokes. I could have gotten this hair done in a few strokes. She has a lot of other things to recommend her. Hair is not one of them. Panicking, not doing any work. Oh! bad. I mean, that one was just like, boom. Yee. Okay, let's see if we can get a big smile. Remember the purpose of this exercise. All right, so there I'm describing the X coordinate there. It's a little bit big. Let's see what I do with this. Top lip. All right, so at least we have those cheeks. We're trying to not make a smile all about an arc. We want to make a smile that's about the cheeks being pulled up into the... okay, all right. Okay. I could have done a little bit better with that bottom lip. Big tongue, goofy ass tongue. But here's the thing. And my three-dimensionality is all over the place, whatever you want to call that. My draftsmanship is not, it's like, oh, that one isn't so good. Oh, those two were tough. Those strokes were tough. I could have, you know, this woman's defining feature is her eyes, and I could have spent more time thinking about how I was going to do those instead of waiting till the very end of the drawing. All right, this is another one where adding a little bit of color is going to solve some of our draftsmanship problems. We'll be able to work out some of the problems I did with the line work. The problem is we have 2 minutes left of this drawing. I should have been here at 4:36 instead of 5:36. Okay, I finished it with a little bit of pizzazz. Again, the eyes don't look great, but it's a big fun nose. I want to thank Kiko Yamada for big fun noses. I don't draw them the same way as she does, but just the idea that you can put a big fun nose on someone is very liberating. Thank you. Yeah, let's see if we can just fix some of those rendering errors. Oh, yeah, those draftsmanship errors with a little bit of blue. I'm proud of myself that I'm not spending any more time on the hair. Thank God I am not wasting more time on the hair. And at this point, I'm just hacking it out. I've lost all the... Ooh, see? Ooh, oh, every one of these strokes is bad. It's just bad, 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 bad. I've lost all sensitivity, and I am just going on impulse power. All right, here's what we're going to do, people. We are going to take a break here, and when we come back, we're going to look at a couple other drawings, all right? Yeah, let's do it.
There's some things I have to say.
Good.
Scott Gross.
Scott Gross, is that his name?
Scott is out in L.A.
I work fast and I'm a hero. I write and direct. Yeah, that guy's great.
But none of them understand that, like, Cleveland is a bombed out third world hellhole.
I go on and on.
Well, that was tremendous fun.
The cat hair apocalypse. Baby, it's like Mad Max, but with cats. Like
Cat.
Apocalypse.
For being on some chill shit. Oh Lord, got a whole lot to show for it. I mean, we can really get it, we can go for it. Oh Lord, got a whole lot to show for it. I mean, we can really get it, we can go for it. Oh Lord.
Hypocrisy and nonsense.
It's a combination of stupidity, incompetence, preening, posturing, and fraud.
Welcome back to That Drawing Show. Tonight we're having a great show. We're looking at the work of Tony Smith, an artist out of Atlanta who has a knack for capturing people and making them look their very best, like they're having the greatest time of their life. And that's something that I want to try to learn from and incorporate into my own style. So we've been looking at some of his work and looking at some of my own drawing videos and critiquing them along the same lines. So let's take a look again. Here again is Tony's Instagram page, caricatures_by Tony, one word. And he has reveal videos and also, plenty of just straight photos of his work. And also, I think it's cool, again, because you get a chance to see a little bit of Atlanta culture. And at least for me, and for maybe some of the people watching this, it's going to be a little different than the mix of faces you get in your part of the world. So it's always fun. Caricature brings you in touch with people and different cultures and different faces from all over. So let's take a look at this gal, who I think is, again, very representative of the type of audiences that Tony draws for, and also me too. Let's see here. Yes, and good. Right on, okay. So, this girl is wearing a lot of makeup and her features are softened, but you can see the outline of her face, and it's just from the photo and just from the general symmetry and how simple her hair region is, she's probably best portrayed straight on. One of my favorite artists, Damon Renthrope, is a master of the straight on profile. Not profile, the straight on, is it called a plan view? I am not, but it's a good fun exercise to try to generate good symmetry or adhere to good symmetry as you work your way around the figure. So that's what I try to do. I try to make sure we got a little bit of jawline there. Getting our top of our head, let's make sure that everybody can see everything. Not going to waste a ton of time with hair, which was smart, because she's got her hair tied back, obviously. Work my way around. Let's get you back up there. There, that's a nice strong line there. I wanted the features to be delicate. I want her to look very feminine, but then you want to balance it with some good hard lines too. Nice articulation of the cheeks there. Remember what we learned and what we talked about before the break about how Tony pulls the smiles back and really articulates those cheekbones really well. I don't think I really got the shape of that top lip. Here, let's look at that real quick. If you really want to look at that top lip, I don't know, maybe. Yeah, it was kind of more of that. You know what I mean? And if it was a funny caricature, you could do more with symbols and play that out. But again, I am trying to make her look beautiful and not necessarily play up exactly that shape. Could have done better though. Also, maybe just capturing the idea that the lip, hold on, not that, but that the lip recedes back in Z would have been better. More roundness. Let's go back to the drawing. Yeah, I'm pulling the smile back. I'm trying not to get lost in teeth any more than I get lost in hair, but I feel it'd probably be better to get lost in teeth. You're closer to the focal point there. ugh, just hard for me to draw with symmetry. I mean, it's hard for me to draw at all. Less lines are better around those teeth, though, because then at least it preserves the lightness of it and the idea that the light is reflecting against that area and it's just light and fun. Okay, good. We're 2:48 into this drawing. You see what happens when you don't waste time on hair? Real nice, real nice. Good proportions, left plenty of room for the forehead there. Real good. I'm not overly interested in the highlight on her eyeball, because if we go back to the source material here, you see how dark that is? I mean, capture that. That gets something right. Working around that nose, looking good. Okay, I feel like this one looks great. It's got a lot of pizzazz to it. And, you know, I don't think I really captured that area right there on her face, but we could do it in color. Like they say in Hollywood, do it in the post. We'll do it in the color. I did these drawings earlier in the day because there was better lighting, and I could get the light from the natural light from behind me. But at the same time, it was freezing cold, and I'm bundled up in the house like an idiot with you know, a hat on and sweatshirts. This woman has a nice caramel complexion, and it'll look great with the orange. I mean, why don't I do this in gigs? Because in gigs, no one ever cooperates. They never look the way you want them to. There we go. Okay, good. You see how nice? Okay, very good. Oh, okay. Looking good. I'm 4:32 into the drawing. It's all coming together. If somebody were to come behind at this point, they're going to be so impressed. And, you know, then they'll say to the person sitting there, oh, it looks great. That gets her excited. She'll be patient for the, you know, the final 10%. Nice. So good. With this one, I didn't put a big box behind it. Instead, I went with a contrasting shape. Or if you want to say, it could be like, you could say it's a complementary shape. It's the same shape, but then rotated. That was a smart move. It just looks real good. Very sharp and nice big smile. Could have done a little bit better with the symmetry. Yeah. Not bad. 5.5 minutes, though. 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Not too bad. Let's keep going. All right, like I said, Tony is in Atlanta, and a large number of his audience are cute black chicks, let's be honest. I would say, you know, women in Los Angeles, take note. You see what this is called? Laughing. This is called having a good time. You see how fit and fun and friendly these girls are? This is, again, what makes me think, you know, maybe I should do a Southern tour. Here they are again. You see how nice these girls look? And I love this outfit that she's wearing. So I thought, all right, let's see what we can do with this. And she's got these sexy high boots on. Here again, you know, there are features that a woman has that you don't necessarily have to include in the caricature. So, you know, I identify those early on, and let's focus on what I really want to focus on, and de-emphasize what she doesn't want you focusing on. All right? Let's see what we do here. Okay. Here again, I wanted to use a ballpoint pen and just get a couple strokes going to block this out. I wish I had the ability to do this all in my mind, but the fact is that once you start going in with that marker, you know, every mistake you make messes up every future move you want to make. So it's good to have at least some idea. I don't think that was too much. That was less than 30 seconds with the from the time I started the video to now. All right, so I'm up there on her bun and trying not to spend too much time with it. I probably should have put one layer of strokes on the top and then focused on giving it weight. But, you know, these buns are all wrapped up in interesting ways, and you just sort of want to capture that there's a swirliness to it. Does that make any sense? These are wraps of braids, you see? So there's that. Very nice. Okay, getting this done here. Let's not waste time on the ear. Okay. And, you know, at this point, we have made all the moves to define the three-dimensional space. You see that there is a forehead there. There's a, you know, I've given her what you might call ideal proportions on the skull. And that's the world. And now I'm wasting time on the hair. In my own defense, this is a Crayola marker. You don't want to smudge it. It's good to work from top down. Enough with the hair. Okay, eyebrows. More than a decorative notion, the eyebrows are defining the change of plane from here to here, from here down, you know. The eyebrow, you're going this way, and then you're going that way. That's really what the eyebrow does, is define that edge. Because you're in open space there, you're in the front of that box. And I didn't do so well. This side of her is pulled back a little bit. I know what you're thinking. Fix it in the color. I think I do. All right, pull those cheeks back. Not a great job with the jaw there. I feel like that jaw should be forward from the ear, forward. Just because you're pulling the cheek back doesn't mean you have to pull the jaw back. Three minutes into the drawing, about. You know, somebody who is observing this thing now is going to be, you know, excited about where it's going, but they still really won't understand where I'm headed with this. Okay, here comes the forced drawing. I know what pose I want to have in mind. What pose I have in mind. I know how much room it's going to take on the page. I need to drive those arms down a little bit into the drawing to provide support. And then here come those sexy boots. Let's put the butt there. Thigh. Could have been done a little bit better. I feel like that curve should have... The one thing about the mistake, though, is because I didn't bring that curve all the way down like I should have, you're seeing the bottom of her butt there, and that tilts the pelvis up a little bit and makes it even a little bit more dramatic than having that butt glued flat to the ground. So this is what you might call a fortunate fall, fortunate flaw. Here's the other boot. You know, and maybe that's what it was. When I saw those boots, I thought, okay, they make a good plane that you can, like a monolith, that you can just stack the rest of the figure behind. I'm always looking for what you don't need to draw, you know? Like, if you can make the mind of the viewer do the work for you, that's even better. The other side of her tuchus I made way too big, but who knows how she might feel about that. You don't know, really, you don't know. She might be flattered by that. Okay, this turned out good. Now let's see if we can address. Let's see if we can address a few of those issues in the rendering. There we go. That looks nice. This is normal speed. I'm working fast. I'm 5 minutes and 45 seconds into the drawing, and at this point, anybody who comes by is going to see it, and they're going to be mesmerized. And you might as well make the coloring fun. Diddly-daddling a little bit here. Let's speed it up. I'm trying to fix some of those rendering errors and make her look fun and sexy and cool, and I would love for that to be my moniker. Sexy, cool, fun. That's what I feel Tony Smith does. He makes the characters look fun and cool and sexy. And even though he doesn't do full bodies like this, the spirit, I feel, is the same. See how nice that looks? You say, doesn't the brush strokes bother you? No, the brush strokes don't bother me. It's brutal and it's deliberate. It looks good. It's a little bit of a smudge there on her cheek, but all right. Coloring that hair a little bit. Looking good. Looking good around the eyes. Yeah. I think it looks really good. Who wouldn't, when you turn that around, who wouldn't want that? That was a nice touch. Good, nice move there at the end. Who wouldn't want this? Yeah. All right, so I feel like that one was a success. For the most part, you know, we could keep looking, but I feel like I may have made my point here. The idea of today's show was to look at caricatures by Tony, and to enjoy some of the drawings that he did and look at some of the drawings that I did. So I feel like we did that. I just want to thank everybody for tuning into that drawing show. This has been a fun episode. I'm glad I was able to share some of my drawings with you guys. And believe it or not, I have many, many more and a lot more practicing to do. And especially if I want to get as good as this guy, I have a lot more videos that need to be done. So thank you for joining me. And most importantly, happy drawing.